Welcome to part 14 of the Gods and Goddesses of the Prince of Egypt. It's kind of hard to argue this, but I think this might be the most famous Egyptian god in at least modern times. He's often an illusory figure, and I think he's sometimes misinterpreted. This week's god is, wait for it? Yes, we are talking about the ancient Egyptian god Anubis. He was the god of death, mummification, embalming, and the afterlife. His name in ancient Egyptian was Inpu, which comes from the verb meaning to decay. He was known as he who was upon his sacred mountain, the ruler of the 9 bows, the lord of the sacred land, and the master of secrets. Now, many people assume that Anubis was a dog, but that's not exactly true. He is more likely a jackal. Now, jackals are very similar to dogs, but they are more similar to foxes. I did my entire thesis on ancient Egyptian dogs, which if you'd like to know more, I'd love to tell you. So I know the difference between jackals, foxes, and dogs. Now, interestingly, there are no breeds of jackal that are all black, like we pretty much always see Anubis. So Anubis is probably depicted black because of the color's association with death, rebirth, and fertility. He is either pictured as a full jackal or a man with the head of a jackal. But don't be mistaken, images like this one are not actually depicting Anubis, but they're actually depicting a priest wearing a mask that looks like Anubis. This was a common practice in many mummification rituals as Anubis protected and looked after the dead. So the priests were just kind of taking on that role as Anubis. It's very hard to tell the difference between which ones are masks and which ones are actually supposed to be Anubis, but this one, I don't know, to me it's just a little obvious. Now, honestly, there is too much to talk about Anubis, because if you haven't noticed, the ancient Egyptians were obsessed with the dead. Their entire lives focused on dying and moving to the afterlife. So I would ponder that Anubis might be the most recognizable god in both ancient and modern times. He probably is the god that is most commonly depicted. I do want to bring up that in popular culture, Anubis is often falsely portrayed as sinister or evil. There are plenty more evil or chaotic gods and goddesses, so let's just respect Anubis for what he is. Anubis was just a god protecting and leading those who died into the beauty of the afterlife. And I'll let you guys know, this is probably my favorite depiction of him, probably because of the meme that came around it. But it's really good. It's so beautiful. As always, let me know if you have any questions and check back in next week for a double showing of some goddess powerhouses.